It's been a full year since Rochelle Metzger was sworn in as the 7th Prince George's County executive. The road to Upper Marlboro was a long one for the former state legislator. After several unsuccessful runs, Baker won election in November 2010. As 2011 comes to a close, I got a chance to sit down with the county executive as he reflects on the highs and lows of his first year in office. Here is part one of my special report.
So like everybody else, I thought on day one I'd change the world. And then I found out it takes a lot longer to do that in government.
Rochelle Metzger admits he's still adjusting to governing.
I had clearly some ideas of what I want to do once I got this office, having sought it for so long. Well, when I finally got here, the overwhelming task of putting together a government. I think that's something people who are running for executive office don't really anticipate. They think about the top level people they want in there, but they don't realize that it really is understanding each facet of government and getting people within the agencies themselves to carry out that mission.
Wrapping up his first year as county executive, Baker says his transition team was key. Taking office on the heels of a high-profile federal probe into political corruption in Prince George's, Baker says he was forced to clean house.
I immediately went back to find people who had experience in the government and whose credibility and ability to carry out a task were above reproach throughout the Washington region.
Baker worked feverishly to establish accountability and transparency, promoting passage of state ethics legislation and appointing a task force focused on ethics reform.
They said that we should look at strengthening our ethics office, maybe strengthening the state's attorney's office, having one state attorney, assistant state attorney, who's assigned to handle prosecution of political corruption cases in Prince George's County. Right now, the council and I will look through all those recommendations and act upon them. Like I said, we've already started doing some things.
As a pay-to-play scheme brought down his predecessor, Jack Johnson, and wife Leslie, a council member, Baker says his #1 priority became building back public trust and rebranding the county's business image.
We had to do something to sweeten it, sweeten the pot, to make us different than any other place in the jurisdiction. And that's how we came up with the Economic Development Incentive Fund. You know, $50 million, the biggest investment anybody in this region has ever made outside of the state of Maryland itself, which said to the businesses, we believe in Prince George's County.
Despite his differences with the former executive, Baker says the Johnson administration had some successes.
Is outreach overseas. I think the missions to Africa, the ability to expand business ties there. We were able to build upon the fiscal and conservative way that we handled Prince George's County's money.
Hear what Baker's most proud of, his priorities for year 2, and what's in store for 2012 tomorrow in the second half of CTV's Sit Down with the County Executive.